Hey, what's going on, everybody? Reverend Russell here with another morning fix for you guys. And just kind of keeping along the same trend, topic, whatever you want to call it, as the last one. I talked about being considerate, all right? And if you didn't check that one out, please go back and take a look at it. But within that, I gave a quote from Got Questions, and it pretty much broke down Philippians 2:3-4 by saying, if you're not being considerate, then you're being selfish. And I would say that that's a pretty hard thing to argue against. And so I said, well, you know what? Let's do a quick fix on selfishness. All right. And I came across this quote from C.S. Lewis, and it says, selfishness has never been admired. And I thought that was interesting. It stood out to me for the very reason that 1 Corinthians 10:24 says we should stop looking out for our own interest and instead focus on the people living and breathing around us. And so for me, my connection between the Lewis quote and that scripture is this: the Bible's been around forever, like forever, ever. You know what I'm saying? So for C.S. Lewis to come out and say, listen, like that is a trait that people can allow to imprint on their lives, and it's never been admired. It's never been attractive. No one has ever liked it. That's accurate, because it says again in 1 Corinthians 10:24, we should stop looking out for our own interests. And listen, I understand that, well, I got to do this, or if I don't do that, people will step all over me and blah, 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 blah. Like, listen, of course, stand up for yourself, defend yourself, protect yourself, everything like that, right? God doesn't want us to be sissies, for lack of a better word. And forgive me if I've offended you on that. I did not mean to. But as believers, as Christians, we are supposed to be bold, right? We are called to boldness. And as I'm sitting here saying this, I'm reminded of something Pastor Jim said to us this morning in staff meeting, that he has said to us from the pulpit, Romans 12:2, that we should be transformed by the renewing of our mind. And that's exactly what needs to take place so we can be considerate and not fall into that trap of selfishness. We have to consistently be aware of that, right? Which is what helps us to renew our mind. So our spirit, the spirit man, has that foothold, has control, and gives us the strength that needed. But at the same time, we have to make sure our flesh submits to that, right? Because our flesh wants us to be selfish, wants us to prioritize ourselves and look out for our own interests in everything that we do, if we're being honest. But again, the reality is this. Not being considerate leads to selfishness, and being selfish is definitely hindering us from being closer to God and the least like Christ-like, if we're being, again, honest. So with that being said, allow true godly transformation to take place. Allow it to take a foothold in your life. Absolutely continue to practice being considerate, because being considerate of others distances us from being selfish, which places us that much closer to being like Jesus. And that's the goal at the end of the day. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm Reverend Russell. This has been your Morning Fix. Like, comment, share. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, whatever. But let us know what you think, all right? And we'll catch you on the next.